Roundtable featuring Nino. Chances are, if you've ever found yourself binging anime from the early 2000s, you've come across at least one of their songs. You might have recognized them from this opening, or maybe it's one of my personal favorites. Roundtable featuring Nino was a J-pop trio composed of members Katsutoshi Kitagawa, Reiko Ito, and a guest lead singer that was known only under her stage name Nino. But before we go any further into the Nino era, let's delve a little into the origins of the Roundtable band itself. Starting out as a university jazz research group in 1993, Reiko and Katsutoshi categorized themselves as having roots in soul, jazz, and guitar pop. Together, the duo would go on to release a total of 15 projects spanning from 1997 to 2003, with Katsutoshi as the main vocalist, bassist, and guitarist, while Reiko was on vocals and keyboard. Since their catalog is so extensive, I've chosen a few favorites to showcase how wide their variety was. It would be an understatement to say that they were only putting out good music. They were writing catchy and ear-grabbing tracks straight out the gate as if they were veterans, and this was definitely recognized as they were given the opportunity to perform on NHK FM by 1999, despite the band being formed only 2 years prior.
はい、ライブビート99ラウンドテーブルのライブはいかがだったでしょうか。今日の感想なんですが、
It wouldn't be until 2002 where Nino would be formally welcomed into the group as a guest vocalist. It's important to note that this did not signify the end of the original Roundtable band itself, but rather spawned its own entity being Roundtable featuring Nino. With Nino's addition, the band's song would change drastically into a more pop-focused Shibuya-based direction in contrast to its jazzier beginnings. The new band would go on to release 5 projects, including numerous singles that became the anime OSTs you might have come to know them from. Their first album released would be April, titled after Nino's birth month. It would include their first and arguably most popular single to this day, Let Me Be With You, which would also be their first song to be adapted into an anime. Their second album would be titled after the new lead vocalist, Nino. On this album alone, they would have 7 tracks that had been included in several well-recognized anime. This was more than a clear indication that the band had definitely established their sound. Their third and final album release including Nino would be Distance, a title fitting for a farewell project including song names like Sayonara and Long Distance. This would be the last we hear from Roundtable featuring Nino for a while, but the original Roundtable would make a return and release their final project as a duo. In their final album titled Friday I'm in Love, they would return to their roots before the Nino shift and release 12 tracks of pure gold. Personally, I believe that of all their body of work, this is definitely at the top. Nino would also appear on a few tracks, but only providing backup vocals. Actually, they'd return a year later to compose and produce a 35-song soundtrack for the anime, and yet the town moves. So, yeah. That would be their actual last full-fledged project as a duo. The next time we would hear from Roundtable featuring Nino would be in 2012 with the release of a compilation of Nino's best hits spanning her entire career, which will also be accompanied with Nino formally announcing her graduation from the band and them going on hiatus. Here are their farewell messages. Hey, it's Kitagawa. It's been 10 years since we started as Roundtable featuring Nino in 2002. It's hard to believe. I have decided to make a single best album that covers the last 10 years. It's something that both fans from 10 years ago and those who are recently become fans can enjoy. I'm thinking of turning it around for the next 10 years and making it Nino featuring Roundtable. For now, please listen to the best album.
Nino has been singing for 10 years. She has worked hard with Round, and now she's graduating. I think we have been able to come this far thanks to the passion of everyone involved. This album is a way of expressing my gratitude to everyone who has supported us. Thank you very much. I sang Let Me Be With You without knowing anything about it, and it started playing on TV. And before I knew it, it was on CD and I had it in my hands. I was surprised but happy. I never thought I'd be able to release 3 albums from such an early stage. It doesn't really hit home that it's been 10 years since then, but it's the season of a turning point. It's packed with 10 years worth of my favorite songs and feelings. Thank you.
And with those messages, that would mark the end of Roundtable featuring Nino and the original Roundtable duo as well. This would also be the last time we hear from Nino in general, as she wouldn't go on to release any further singles or engage in any further activity under the stage name. And as for Reiko, she would go on her own to be credited as a lyricist on a few other tracks outside of Roundtable. As for Kitagawa, he would and still continues to don the Roundtable name on his own. He would welcome Dan Miyakawa for a single collaboration and become Roundtable featuring Dan for one track in 2017, but that would be it. As of today, Kitagawa continues to produce and compose for a plethora of well-known artists and has become somewhat of a well-respected icon in that area. He's also been involved as a co-host for an ongoing web show / blog titled Borders Soundfield, where he and another artist discusses music while touring various places in Tokyo. He's actually hosting a solo Roundtable show next week, so feel free to go check his Twitter out for any future Roundtable updates.